This is a site guide for Cats Tor. So this is looking from where you park your cars, and basically that hill there is Cats Tor. On a decent day, which is just right, perfect, if you like the perfect day, you can actually take off from here, fly along the rocks and onto the ridge. The ridge goes a little bit further than that lump, but anyway, that's this is Cats Tor. When you've finished flying on top, which we're going to have a look at in a minute, you can always fly back this way and land in this area here, just in front. Or look around here, and that is the road that goes up to the Goit Valley. You can land in this field behind here. Car parking area, landing area, go through the gate, follow the footpath up to the takeoff area. This would be the first possible sort of takeoff area in a decent day. Obviously, again, you can see the van there parked. That would be the landing area. Obviously, you've got to be a bit careful when you come to land. If you go too far forward, you're onto another decent ridge again. So you can't afford to fly too far forward to land. Obviously, it's a biggish area this, so should be reasonable. And as you can see, up to the left goes up onto the proper ridge. This is Cats Tor. From the first decent takeoff area you get to, you can obviously take off those rocks and fly across on a really good day. Obviously, the landing field is by the car or behind the other cars. You can see that area of flat plateau to land on, and if you go too far forward, you can see the hill drops away, and then you're going down into those valleys there. If you do go into the valley, I suggest the upsloping field with the road on its right, so you can walk back. Looking to my left now, the main ridge goes along here, and this will be a good takeoff in a northwesterly wind, but if the wind's a bit more straight west, then you come across a little bit further. So this is the ideal best takeoff area for Cats Tor, just past the broken wall. You can still see in the distance the van and the landing area over there, and the main ridge strikes off to my left. This ridge continues all the way up to the distance there, and those rocks you can see in the distance are the rocks at the top of Shining Tor. There is a sort of plateau between, and you can see a bit of a hollow, so as you go up that way you normally get less and less lift, so you just have to be careful if you're flying from Cats Tor to Shining Tor that you don't just get stuck in the middle there. A little bit of height, 2/3 of the way up there is ideal. Anyway, I'll just sweep round to my left, and you can see this is the area here that we use for top landing. A lovely little area, obviously on the front of the slope, very good for top landing. The escape, of course, is if you're a bit high, you fly out. So you fly along here, parallel the wall, turn in. If you're a bit high, keep going out, go along, come back in again. You can come in from either side, from the north there, from the north there, or from the south there. Anyway, it is possible, of course, to top land behind the wall, and I'll walk up to there now. If you get a bit too far back, then you end up landing on that little bit of moorland here. Again, similar kind of 20-30 yards of moorland before you start to get into any kind of rotary area. So apart from this wall here that separates the two, pretty much a decent top landing area. So when you come to Cats Tor, you walk up the footpath that comes up the back of the slope, and then you've got to come over this fence. So a place like this where there's some rocks piled up where you can step over, very sensible, causes a farmer the least trouble. Cross-country potential, unfortunately above here you're only allowed to climb to about 1,300 feet, but obviously you can go back, and there's Coombs Reservoir in the bottom of that valley there, and a nice northwesterly westerly ridge. So you can see that if you do go back from here below, there's a good chance of finding some more lift in that kind of area there. And again, when you climb there, you'll find that the airspace goes up just behind that ridge there to 4,500 feet, and also the land drops away down towards Doveholes. So there it is, Cats Tor.